Hello and welcome back to Let's Play The Witcher 3. I'm Circle Master, and I expect this to be the final episode. But will it be the final episode? There's only one way to find out, and that's to climb up this dumb hill and go to this dumb marker, where there's a dumb space elf. Just stab him in the back and be done with it.
Geralt. So unfortunate. I'd hoped you wouldn't have to witness this.
Where's Ciri?
Nearby. Listen.
Shut up. I've heard enough of your bullshit. Draw your weapon. Let's get this over with.
I mean, don't let that stop you.
Think I'm willing to spare you?
I think you will not attack one unarmed.
Wouldn't be so sure. I'm in a foul mood.
I am not your foe. I am merely helping Cirilla.
I don't believe you. Can't. Not after all that's happened.
Will you believe me? Avallac'h speaks the truth. I asked him to help me open the tower, because I aim to enter it.
Didn't think it worthwhile to tell me? Warn me of your plans?
I'm sorry, I know I should have. But I feared you'd not understand.
I mean, I don't get what's with the tower, but who cares?
Leave with me, please.
I will go. Once I emerge from the tower. If I emerge.
Why the hell would you do this? The Wild Hunt's been defeated.
The White Frost has not.
Is that supposed to mean something? Because I played Witcher 1 and it meant some straight up bullshit.
I know what awaits you. Only the Elder Blood can stop the White Frost. Only I can stop it.
You don't have to make this sacrifice.
You're wrong. The White Frost is inevitable. It will come to freeze the worlds one after the other, eradicating all life. Only I can stop the destruction. I've given it much thought and made my decision.
There's gotta be another way.
What can you know about saving the world, silly? You're but a witcher.
Owned.
This is my story, not yours. You must let me finish telling it.
Good luck, Ciri.
Perhaps I should have told you. I see now you might have understood.
Yeah, you should have told me.
You think?
Like, you should have told me what this tower even is. What does it have to do with the first game's ending? First game's ending was dumb, by the way. In case I haven't reiterated that enough. Well, you're here. Now what? You gonna stab an iceberg? Nope, we're gonna flashback. That was it. I got 2 scenes. Apparently I didn't hang out with Ciri enough. Like, do you have a plan or anything? Apparently not. Well, I guess the Emir won against what's his face? Dijkstra. So much for Redania.
The gentleman will follow.
Oh, is this playable? And this is where the Emperor betrays me. He says as if Geralt hadn't first planned to betray the Emperor. So it's kind of a mutually assured betrayal. Kind of thing where nobody walks away happy, and sometimes nobody walks away.
Speak.
Ciri is dead.
How did it happen?
The White Cold. You're familiar with the prophecy? Ciri tried to stop it. She did, but paid the ultimate price.
Where is the body?
I doubt it'll ever be found.
Who else knows?
Avallac'h, Elven Sage. But I doubt you'll find him either.
And Yennefer?
She's decided to stay in the north. Provided you don't object.
I don't. And you?
I'm bouncing.
Someone's waiting for me.
Triss Merigold. Fear not. I do not intend to have her pursued. Did Cirilla say... Did she ask you to convey anything?
She regretted not getting a chance to say goodbye.
Did she tell you this? Really?
She said it with her eyes.
Didn't have to. She wanted to make peace. I know that. If there's nothing else...
There is, but you may go. Witcher, I do not wish to see you ever again.
I can get behind that. Nilfgaard did nothing wrong. Not really, but like of the various factions we've seen in this game, they're probably the most straight up.
Need any help? With a wagon?
We'll manage, mate.
We thank you for your concern.
Aye. So you don't look like no wheelwright, that's sure.
Change is coming.
Well, that's the truth of it.
The Nilfgaardians have fled, the Redanians have barely arrived, and bandits sense the void, practically feel they have free reign.
Barely got away. then busted a wheel and watched our horses run off into the wood.
Yeah, I'm going to meet somebody.
Time I was on my way. Good luck to you.
Where you headed? Nearest inn by the looks of it.
Yeah. Supposed to meet someone first, at the former campsite of the Nilfgaardians. You take care now.
Oh my goodness, how many times am I going to have a playable epilogue section?
Come on, Roach.
Let me guess, it's going to be Ciri there. Or Alvin, one of the two. Maybe since we fought off the Wild Hunt, that Ciri will have met Alvin. And they'll be best buds. Somehow. The two characters that I was told that I practically raised. Without actually having done so. I mean, at least we got a tiny sense of it in this game. With the flashback with Ciri. I guess it was a dream sequence, whatever. But, yeah, just, boy, not well handled in the first game. And surprising that they decided to tie this back to that at the last minute by pulling out the White Frost again. I really don't understand that. Like, we could have done without that. Although I guess they had to have Ciri disappear for plot convenience reasons. Otherwise, you'd have the same issue you started with, where Geralt wants to keep her and the Emperor wants to keep her. And she doesn't want to be catched by either person, because she just doesn't want to be catched, period. And then we'd be like, at an impasse. A three-way Mexican standoff, but one of them can teleport, so they probably win.
Master Ort. Probably got held back.
Am I supposed to remember who Master Ort is? Because I sure don't.
You're late.
Soldiers,
Blocking the roads, I know. No matter. You have it?
as agreed. 38.5-inch blade. Weight just under 40 ounces. Silver-plated siderite steel core. Glyphs and runes both the length of the blade and on the hilt.
Beautiful.
Been in this trade for 3 decades. Only the best swordsman of the coin for my wares. When I say no Witcher has, or ever had, a better weapon, you ought to trust me.
Reputation precedes you, Master Ort. I'd never doubt you.
The inscription, as you asked.
Devin Hern am Gladiel, Morchan Fin Aisen.
The flash that cuts through darkness. The light that breaks the night.
Exactly.
Classic Elder Speech runes, no styling, simple and precise.
May I?
It is yours. If you'd like to test it, have my lackeys put out a training dummy.
Your payment. Gems only, as requested.
Easier to smuggle.
If you've an eye out for work, heard of Striggers prowling the Maribor forest.
Thanks. Need to visit the tavern first, but after, who knows?
Good luck on the path, Witcher.
This epilogue is not acknowledging my choice to go with Briss at all. Where'd my horse go?
Master Witcher, over here.
Oh, shut up.
If it's your will.
Shut up. I don't remember what I was talking about. I guess this last minute inclusion of the White Frost prophecy just highlights once again how much worse off you are if you played the previous games. Like, you really should not play Witcher 1 and 2. Ever.
Shade! The Witcher!
Did I really need to stop for that? No, I don't want to chase the dwarf. I don't give a crap.
Move it.
Yeah, having played the first two games and having thoroughly not enjoyed them, like Witcher 2 had its moments, but overwhelmingly a net negative experience. Having played them, every reference to those events falls completely flat, rings completely hollow, and just pisses me off. Like, if you hadn't played Witcher 1 and you weren't familiar with the nonsense around Alvin and his character and his ending, where is this road trying to take me? Then I bet this end of, oh, I have to stop this prophecy is like a bit out of nowhere, but narratively convenient and fine. And Ciri gets to be a hero and do what she wants. And it's probably a lot better than relating it to Alvin and relating it to Witcher 1 and all of that nonsense. Conveniently covered up in case you picked Yennefer, I guess? Question mark? No, it's Ciri. I was right. Aha.
Did he believe you?
I have no idea.
I was right the first time. Amazing.
For the cockatrice. And we've a new contract. It won't pay much, but I think it worth the toil.
You've been busy.
I've got to go see Triss. What is going on?
It's yours.
A witch's silver sword.
Like it?
It's beautiful. May I?
Not here. You'll have ample opportunity soon enough, Witcher.
What's this inscription?
An old Witcher's motto. Had a sword like this once myself, but this one's better. Much better.
Let's try it out then.
No, but Triss. I can't believe I don't get to go, live a quiet life, have happiness with Triss. It's lame.
The fifth, known as the Stern, and Emir Bar Emrys. Both seemed invincible, yet both were defeated. Nilfgaard, invading from the south, was repelled in defeat, while the north's supreme leader fell victim to assassin. Yet Redania stood victorious, and the man who had thus far operated in shadow took up the reins of power. That man was Sigismund Dijkstra. Once firmly in the Chancellor's seat, Dijkstra ruled the victorious North in his patently cynical and ruthless manner. He knew that to preserve peace, he would need to prepare for war. Following Nilfgaard's example, he consolidated his rule over vast lands through a broad program of settlement and industrialization, all for the good of his subjects. though often contrary to their will. As long as his armies went from one victory to the next, Emir's subjects remained boundlessly obedient. When a string of humiliating defeats proved Var Emreis fallible, the opposition, thus far secret, attacked. The subjects of the Emperor who had danced on the graves of his foes laid him to rest in a tomb of his own.
Whoops.
Islanders believed Svanrige would be no more than his ambitious mother's puppet. The young king proved them wrong, ignoring her whims and ruling with an iron hand all his own. Tired of the Jarls and their endless feuds, he resolved to turn the Isles into an absolute monarchy, modeled after those of the continent. What he resolved he achieved, but only by shedding his countrymen's blood.
Whoops. Oh wait, I don't care about that one.
Heir to Nilfgaard's throne, chose the life of a witcher on the path. Geralt taught her all he knew, every skill he possessed. Then each set off on their own. Soon word of the ashen-haired witcheress had spread throughout the north, from the Yaruga to the mountains of Kovir. Hard as it may be to believe, Geralt planted roots in faraway Kovir.
There we go.
Settled down, their home warm and smelling of freshly baked cakes. Guests were always welcome, no matter the day or the hour. The Witcher would take jobs at times more from habit than need, for Triss earned a true fortune as the mage advisor to Kovir's king.
Well, some people got happy endings. The people I care about, at least. And there we go. So yeah, Witcher 3. The actually good Witcher game would have been better if I hadn't played 1 and 2. I really wish that I had listened to everyone who said skip 1 and 2 and just played 3. And yeah, I know I missed a lot of side content. I'm sorry about that. But at the same time, this was a pretty damn long LP as it is. I really got too swept up in the side quests and the completionism. What was that it? Okay, I don't know what that was. But yeah, it's just my completionist tendencies get a hold of me. So yeah, this might be something that I replay casually at some point. Probably not for a while, though. But yeah, the third act of this game just drags. And it's kind of really unnecessary. Like, what did we even gain by having Kaer Morhen be a false climax? So that we could have some mage collection going into another climax. The only reason I can think of is because they needed to move it to Skellige because that's where the tower was, because that's where they tied it together. But did they really have to tie it back together to that tower? Like, that seems something that could have been done differently if they wanted to have a more concise narrative. Or it could have just been, you know, a build-up to the fight at Kaer Morhen, which kind of was. I skipped a lot because I didn't recruit a bunch of people. But this build-up to this massive stand at Kaer Morhen and have that be, you know, a proper set piece and everything. And have that be the final battle. And if you really want to do the side missions with the Crones and the what's-his-face, you can work that in as one of those optional build-up things and, have that impact the battle and, have some kind of consequence to preparations as opposed to the preparations at Kaer Morhen, which were mandatory and therefore only existed for some gimmicks. Like, just put that as a side mission or an optional mission, whatever, during that build-up period. And then if you do it, you have a better time. And if you don't do it, you have a harder time, as appropriate. And make Kaer Morhen the finale, where you fight and back and forth, and then you win, and Avallac'h and Ciri go off to do the thing, and it just leads into what the ending epilogue we got is. Like, was it just padding? Were they just stretching out the length of the game? Were they... I don't know what they were doing. But the third act is definitely the weakest. And you don't need it. I don't think. And if you really want it to be, the fleet battle and Skellige with the tower and everything, then don't do the Kaer Morhen fight. Just have the build-up and the prep and everything at Skellige. I might have cared more about Skellige if I wasn't just trying to do stuff for the sake of Kaer Morhen. If the finale takes place on Skellige, Skellige is the last place I'm introduced to, I might actually give a shit about it. But I'm introduced to Skellige at a moment in the game where I'm supposed to be caring about Kaer Morhen. So I saw Skellige as a waste of time. So I didn't waste time there. And probably to my own detriment, but who cares? Point is, third act sucks. They should have, instead of having a false climax and then a real climax, they should have had a more concise narrative that focused on a single climax that is actually of import. And yeah, set it at Kaer Morhen, set it at Skellige, whatever. Don't do this fake out nonsense, because then you're just padding. And this is a long game, it doesn't need padding. What makes you think this game needs padding? I can't think of anything else I want to say at this very moment, other than don't play Witcher 1 and 2. I regret everything about Witcher 1 and 2. But that'll do it for this LP. Thank you very much for watching. And until the next one, take care.